So yun. Anyway, balik na tayo sa topic. Our topic for today is all about problems involving standard scores. I intentionally divide the topic into 3 weeks so that it would not, congested in your part that you need to study all of that in a week. Okay. That means we are actually very, very late to what we supposedly have for statistics and probability. But the good thing is the other schools, which is actually dependent to modules, were actually late. So medyo nakikipagsabayan lang tayo. The thing is, medyo mas okay lang yung mastery in your part because we have online discussion. Okay? So yun po. Before anything else, I want you to review the topics that we have in the reference material that I uploaded in the Google Classroom. If you open those and with the topics that we already discussed, especially the z-score and the areas under the normal curve. Okay, so in the book or in the reference material that I uploaded in the Google Classroom, we have 2 formulas there for the z-score. Okay, the z-score is also known as the standard score. Ayan, may naglalako lang. Okay, the z-score is actually, we actually used that term before in the discussion that we have earlier. Yeah, on the earlier discussions, yeah. And that, ngayon, siya yung z-score natin. And the z-score is actually computed. Okay, hindi lang siya binibigay. Kino-compute siya. Saan nanggaling yung z-score? It is from the mean and the standard deviation. And even, kailangan natin ng raw score to compare the z-score. Kasi the z-score will tell us the position of the score. Okay, as compared to the other scores. Kaya nga siya tinawag na normal distribution kasi we need to compare the scores to other scores. Okay, paano ka nga ba nag-perform based on the performance of you and your classmate? Kasi ito yung katulad na example ko yesterday sa dalawang section. Iba kasi yung hindi natin pwedeng ma-compare absolutely yung dalawang subjects. Let's say for example, yung English and yung math. Even though mas mataas yung grade nyo sa math, it does not guarantee na mas magaling talaga kayo sa math. Kasi maaaring yung grade or yung score nyo doon sa math is mataas lang. Kasi mataas talagang magbigay si teacher as compared sa English. Kung nailantuhan, ewan ko kung real time. Ganun. Let's say na you know yourself and you know na you can do better in English. Pero based on your grades or even your scores, mas mataas yung grade na lang. Sige, in general. Mas mataas yung grade nyo kay math. Does not necessarily mean that you excel in math or you perform better in math. Okay? Kasi we need to compare our scores pa rin to our classmates. Maybe sabihin nating 93 ka nga sa math pero maraming naka 95, 96, 97. Unlike sa English na sabihin nating 90 ka lang nga pero ang highest grade is 91. 'Di ba? Kaya we need to compare to other scores. I do not advocate to compare your scores with your classmates because in your curriculum, it is self-paced. It is just the application of statistics. I mean, kaya lang natin siya kino-compare yung scores natin to the other scores because it's the application of statistics and we should avoid some factors that hinders our perception of the scores, especially that scores were from different fields or different tests that is undertaken, okay, or undergone. So yun po. As I've said, ayan nga po, we have 2 formulas pero it's just similar. It's the same concept. So for the sample, we have x is equal to x bar is equal to s. Pag itong di pa umalis itong naglalako na to. Okay, so we have here x bar. This is read as x bar. Sorry. This is read as x bar. Ayan. X bar. And of course, we have the S. Ayan. Malalaman natin kung ano-ano yan siya. Mamaya. Actually, pwede na rin naman. And then, this is the formula for our sample. Okay? Ngayon, class, katulad ng sinabi ko, similar lang yan siya. So kung ano yung dito sa population, yun din yung meron sa sample. It's that ginamit lang natin yung magkaibang notation kasi it is important to know that these symbols are different and is used in different ways. Okay? Sa population naman, class, we have the Z formula here or the Z-score formula here, which is X minus the mu over the standard deviation or the sigma. Okay? So, kung ito ay mean, ay ano ba? Kung ito ay mean, class, kung this is our mean and this is our standard deviation, similar lang din po siya dun sa kabila. This is the mean and this is the sample. It's that na may ginagamit tayong notation, as I've said earlier, doon sa mga formula. So, as you can see, class, these are the symbol for mean. We have the X bar and we have the mu. Okay? And for standard deviation, we have S and sigma. Okay? So for the mean, ginagamit natin yung mean na X bar kapag yun ay sample and mu kapag population. Same way goes to our standard deviation. When we saw S there, that signifies a standard deviation, but from the sample. And we have sigma for population. Later in the discussion, kapag meron po tayong mga symbols na ganito, ito dapat yung susundin. Don't worry, we will be having further discussion about this topic. Ayun po. So, sige, tuloy tayo. Ayan siya ha. Tawag dito. Bakit kailangan natin, sir, pag ibahin? Same nga lang yung concept katulad ng sinabi mo. Kasi nga, class, katulad ng sinabi ko, we need to use the proper notation. Kasi nga, further in the discussion, mayroon na tayong gagamitin natin yan sila na sabay-sabay. Kaya I want you to practice that if it's a sample, di ba? Gamitin nyo agad yung symbol for sample. Kapag ang binigay sa given ay sample, you need to use the formula for the sample, which is the X bar and the S. Otherwise, if it's population, you need to use mu and sigma. O alam yun agad, kapag mali yung ginamit nyo, mali yun. Okay? So yun po. Ngayon po, class, ano yung kaibahan ni sample and population? I'm not sure if this is already discussed in your research subject, but the difference between the two is that sample is a sample, wherein it is a number of objects or maybe respondents that is used for a test to represent the whole group, which is the population. Yung buong group, class, yung total number of students or respondents or objects being tested is the population. Let's like, for example, the population of grade 11 students is 164, if I'm not mistaken. 444. Tama ba? 4 plus 4, 8. Parang ano pala, 166? Ganon. Okay, 150. 166. Tama ba? 166 or 160? Nga, basta yun, 160. Let's assume na 160. Yun yung population. The population of grade 11 students is 160. Now, if I am going to choose 10 students that will attend a seminar in mathematics, which is yung 10 na yun from the population, yung 10 na pinili ko is sample. Okay? Because that sample will represent the whole group of grade 11. Remember, kapag kukuha tayo ng sample, it should represent the whole group. Diba? So yung 10 students na yung class na ipapadala sa math seminar will represent CitySci or the grade 11 students of CitySci, which is the whole population. Okay? Sa research po, ginagamit yung concept na yan. Kaya nga kapag usually, di ba na ano ba yung latest news about COVID? Di ba we have the positivity rate in COVID. Sabi sa Puerto Princesa, we have 77% of the positivity rate. It is not because all of the residents of Puerto Princesa has been tested for COVID-19. Ano man yan? RT-CPR ba yan? Ano tama ba? RT-CPR? O PRC? RT-C... Yun, basta yun. Or antigen or swab test man yan siya. Yung 77% na yun It's maybe, number one, yun yung percentage na kung saan yun, yung mga lahat na nagpa-test, binilang kung ilan yung nag-positive, and 77% of them tested positive out of the total number of those who tested. Or number two, it may be 77% of the population is positive, which is not true. So doon tayo sa first one. Maaring 77% ng mga nag-test for positive, or sorry, nag-test for antigen or for COVID is positive. So yun talaga yun siya. 'Di ba? So maaring ganun. Okay? So yun yung purpose ni statistics and probability. Ngayon class, bakit tayo may z-score? Kasi nga, we need to compare the scores to other scores. And it is important in statistics. Okay? So yun po. Hindi ko na i-discuss class by the way, yung pagkuha ng z-score and pagkuha ng z-score, but I guess that kailangan pa ba? I mean, hindi ko na ipapakita yung pagkuha ng z-score using the given only kasi given na nga siya. So, i-substitute yun na lang siya. Ang gagawin ko na lang is to show you a problem and that we will solve this using the z-score and the applications of the z-score, especially yung mga nakalagay sa last. Yun man lang habol ninyo di ba? Okay. So, we have example A. So on a first examination in mathematics, the mean was 76 and the standard deviation was 5. Determine the standard score of a student who received a score of 88, assuming the scores are normally distributed. Again, class, if we are answering a problem solving, we need to use the Pauli's four-step rule of problem solving in my subject, regardless that I put that in the instruction or not. Okay, that has been our agreement before, kahit nung general mathematics pa lang. So, kapag may problem solving, you need to integrate the Pauli's four-step rule of problem solving. Number one, to see your solution properly. Number two, so that your answers are organized, despite the fact that some of you have bad writing and I cannot read some of your writings, so I mark them wrong. And number three, ayun, for you to check and to analyze your answer, whether you got it right or wrong. Okay? Kasi pag meron kayong process at mali yun, syempre alam nyo kung saan nyo babalikan. Dahil ginamit nyo ngayong four-step rule of problem solving. Okay? So yun po. Ngayon, in my discussion today, I will not use the 4 steps. Pero you are required to. Kasi, what's this? Pakita ko, doon na tayo sa core para medyo maaga-aga yung pag-dismiss ko sa inyo rin. Okay, at para gawin nyo na lang din yung iba yung requirements dahil nga patapos na yung third quarter. Okay, so yun po. Ayan, ano yung mga given natin dito? So, sa exam daw sa math, as computed, binigay na agad yung mean and standard deviation. Ayan, so the mean was 76, the standard deviation was 5. Determine the standard score of a student who receive a score of 88. Ayan, tandaan niyo yung given ha. So I will not go to with the what's this? With the four-step rule of problem solving, yung kay Polya, but I will simply write the given and how to get the answer. Okay. So we have them, ito by the way class, sige. Kapag problem solving pala class, usually sinasabi yung sample and population. Ngayon class, sige tanungin ko kayo, based sa ating problem, may sinabi ba na siya ay sample or population? Meron bang words dyan na magsisignify na siya ay sample or population?
Sa sample po, sir, wala.
Yung mean po, sir.
Okay. Di ba walang sinabi na siya ay sample or population? Kasi usually, kapag sinabing sample, on a sample of 10 students, may ganun yun. Or in a sample, ayun, usually pag ganun. Pag population class, sinasabi din minsan. So, in a population, ganun, and so, diba, sinasabi. Ngayon, class, paano pag walang sinabi? O kato dito, walang sinabi. Wala naman sinabi kung sample or population. So, anong formula yung gagamitin namin? Yung pang sample or pang population? Ngayon, class, ganito siya. Kapag walang sinabing sample or population, usually we assume that the scores or the test is done using the population. Okay? Ibig sabihin, tinest lahat kasi hindi naman signify kung ilan eh. Ang sabi kasi on a final examination in mathematics, so we are talking the exam in general. So that is population. So gagamitin ng formula, sige, sulat natin. Z is, ano, yung formula for population. So we have X minus the mu over sigma, which is the standard deviation, di ba? Ayan. So ano yung given? X natin ay, ilan daw yung score? 88.
88 po.
And then, ilan yung mean score? Which is the mu?
76 po.
76. And the standard deviation is?
5 po.
5. Okay. Ngayon, class, ayan, simply ito na yung step 2. Nilaktawan ko na yung step 1, ha? Kasi ang gagawin ko na lang is step 2, step 3, sa kayong final answer. Ayan. So, simply substitute the given. So, we have, ayan. So, Z is equal to, substitute lang, we have 88 minus 76 over 5. Ay, sorry. Mukhang 6 yung 5 ko. Ayan. So, 5 yan siya, ha? Ayan, rewrite ko na lang. So, 5. Mukha talagang 6. So, 5 yan siya. So, 88 minus 76, ilan po? 8? Tama ba?
12, sir.
Ay,
12
12
po.
ba? Ah, sorry. Sorry. 12. Bakit baliktad? 12 over 5. So, paki-divide. 12 divided by 5 is
2.4 po.
4. So, okay. Our z-score is 2.4. O, di natin gagamitin si normal distribution kasi hindi naman hinahanap. Okay. So, this is our z-score. Ngayon, class, kung tinatanong siya, class, kung ilan yung ating, ay, sige. Sa future, ano na lang yan? Sa future discussion na lang yun. I mean, sa future discussion. Sa next example na lang yan siya. O, ganyan po yung paghanap ng z-score. Take note lang, class. Z-score can be any number. Okay, it could be positive, it could be 0, it could be negative. Actually, some z-scores can exceed to 3. Ayun. Kaso nga lang, maliit na siya kung i-graph natin siya sa normal curve. Ayun siya. Okay? So, dito, class, kapag z-score lang yung hinahanap, ito lang siya. Wala nang, di na kayo magdodrawing sa normal distribution. Kasi hindi naman kailangan doon ng area. Pero pag kailangan ng area, ito na nga, yung mga next example, you need to. Okay? O, ganyan lang kukunin yun, ha? Madali lang siya, diba? Ito, how about this one? Ito naman, comparing lang. So, medyo, to siya? Medyo tricky. Though at the same time, ito na yung sinasabi ko na, paano kapag magkaibang teacher, tapos you need to compare kung saan ka mas magaling na nag-perform based on your classmates' grade also. So, we will use this application. Okay? So, Lodi gets a score of 85 in a biology test and 80 in a math test. O, pakitake note yung mga given. Hatiin nyo muna yung biology sa kayong math. Ayan. Pag biology daw, 85. Okay? Pag math, 80. Ito yung score being tested. So, yan agad yung X. Okay? So, kung ano class yung gusto mong number or grade or score na i-test, yun agad yung ating X. Okay? So, the scores in the biology test have a mean of 75. Ayan. And standard deviation of 5. Okay? Next po, the math test naman, yung math naman po is, have a mean test of 76 and a standard deviation of 4. Ayan. Based on the given, using the z-score, in which subject in her standing better, assuming that the scores in the two subjects are normally distributed. So using the z-score or the standard score, we can able to determine which of the scores are, are better. Okay? So ayan. So titignan natin, ha. Sige. Ito muna. Ano muna yung score sa biology? So, ano yung score daw ni Lodi sa biology? 85.
85.
Okay.
85.
Sa math po, ilan?
80.
80. Okay. So, on the class, based on the grade itself, syempre titignan nyo talaga, magaling si Lodi sa biology kasi mas mataas yung grade. Pero it does not guarantee that he performed well because biology, for sure, biology and math is not a same teacher, di ba? Or is not the same when it comes to their teachers. So, yun nga, kailangan natin i-check. So, based on the grades of her classmates, the mean of the grades or the scores maybe in biology daw, ang sabi is 75. So this is our mean. Walang sinabi kung population or or sample. So our mu or our mean is 75. And the standard deviation, which is 5. Ayan. Si math naman, ang kanyang mean score is 76. Yung standard deviation po is 4. Ngayon, class, we will check the z-scores of each subject and then i-compare natin kung saan yung mas mataas. Kung saang mas mataas na z-score, doon siya mas nag-perform ng mas maayos. Okay? Sige. Sige, ito. 75, 5. So, using z-score, ayan. So, 85 ang raw score. Ay, sige, formula muna. X minus the mu is equal to sigma. So, x natin is 85 minus mu, which is 75, over 5, which is our standard deviation. Mukha talagang 6 yung 5 ko, nakakainis. Ayan. So, 85 minus 75, it's 10 divided by 5. Ilan po?
2 po.
2.
2
Ayan.
po.
So, the z-score is 2. Ayan. So, next tayo sa math naman. So, same formula. So, we have z is equal to x minus mu over sigma. So, substitute. 80 minus 76 over 4. So, ilan po yan? 80 minus 76, it's 4. Divided by 4, our z-score is equal to 1. Okay. Now, eto na. Meron na tayong step 3. Ano yung step 4? O saan nga daw siya mas magaling? So, ano yung answer? Saan yung mas mataas?
Biology po.
Okay, therefore, Lodi performed better in her biology test. Kasi, yun nga, according to z-score. Not because 85 siya, it is because of the z-score. Okay. Ito class, nataon kasi to na na mas mataas kasi talaga yung grade niya kay grade ni biology. Kaya tapos mataas din yung z-score, kaya talagang nakita niyo na ay sure pwede naman tignan dun sa grade. O what if kung iba? O let's take for example, sige, magbigay ako ng similar problem with this. Okay, sige. Erase ko muna yung Ay, wait lang. Erase ko muna yung board bigay ako ng same problem as 70 as this example number or letter B, example B. Ayan. Kala ko sa blackboard lang pwede mag-erase, pwede. Virtually pwede pala. I mean, ang hirap din pala. Ayan. Bigay na kaagad ako ng example. Kunwari, ano ba masaya? Para feel nyo na talagang ganon. O kunwari, English for ACAD. Sa math. Huwag niyo ako subukan kay Ma'am Ellen, ha? Joke lang. Kunwari, sa English for ACAD, yung grade nyo kunwari is mga 87. Ayan. Kami kasi ni Ma'am Ellen yung mga slashers. Mababa ang bigay ng grade. Ayan. So, kunwari, ang grade nyo kunwari sa English for ACAD is 87. Tapos sa math, kunwari, ang grade nyo, kunwari is, 90. Kunwari ilang ha? Ayan. Tapos, baka may natamaan dyan, class, na, na talagang ito yung grade ninyo. Ganon. Okay. Ngayon, class, ganito. Sa English for ACAD class, 87 yung grade nyo. Pero, yung mean score niya is 85. And then, the standard of deviation of the grades in English for ACAD is 3. Ayan. Sa math naman class, yung standard of yung grade mo is 90 pero yung mean score yung mean score nyo sa GenMath is 92 and yung standard deviation niya po is 4. Ngayon, class, in which subject did you perform well? Sige nga, kayong mag-compute. And
Sir,
then, sige, wait lang po Naka-host ba ako? Ayan. Sige, ang gawin natin class ganito. Since may may chat box pala, I forgot. I'll give you siguro 2 minutes or 1 minute. Ayan, para lahat makapag-participate. And then, ang gagawin nyo class, hanapin nyo yung Z-score ng each subject. And then, sabihin nyo kung anong subject siya mas nag-perform ng maayos. Sige, okay na po? Sige, clear tayo ha. Okay, your time starts now. May tanong ba yung kanina or baka magre-recite lang? Sige, basta answer na lang muna sa chat box.
Sir, tanong lang po. Yung answers po ba pwedeng fraction?
Pwedeng fraction, pwedeng decimal. Pero by the way class, dahil Z-score yung natin, yung hinahanap natin, gawin niyo na lang siyang decimal tapos round off niyo siya to the 2 decimal places. Oo, kasi 'di ba yun yung hinahanapan ng value dapat sa chart? Pero para standard tayo, yung Z-score natin 2 decimal places. Round off. 'Yun. Okay, sige, time na po. Ayan. Tignan natin kung sino yung nag-perform well. Sino ba? Ayan. Okay. Mukhang similar naman answers ninyo. Sige. Ayan, sagutin natin. Okay. So based on the grades itself, 'di ba 'yan yung kadalasang nakikita ng mga parents natin, 'di ba? Ano ba 'yan? Ang baba mo sa English, 'di ba doon ka 'di ba mga ganon? Bakit mas mataas si math mo? 'Di ba doon ka nga mahina? May mga ganon, 'di ba? So ayan. Kasi nga po, explain nyo agad yan sa parent niyo ha. Ayun, magandang excuse din yan minsan na kasi kasi nga mataas na yun yung 87. Yung mga ganon. Ako, alibay ko rin yung dati, which is true naman, di ba? Hindi kasi natin pwede i-compare yung grades sa ibang subject kasi iba yung teacher nun, di ba? Pero pwede natin i-compare yung grade natin sa iba nating classmate. Tama? O, di ba? Kasi yun, ganun siya. Ngayon, sige, kunin natin yung Z-score ng subject. So, we have formula, pareho naman yung formula. Walang sinabi kung kung sample or population. Wala akong sinabi kanina. So, assume natin na population. So we have x minus the mu over sigma. Okay. So English muna tayo. Ayan. So English natin is, ayan. X natin ay 87 kasi yun yung grade natin, yung raw score being tested. So 87 minus our mu which is 85 over sigma which is 3. So 87 minus 85. So that is 2 over 3. So that is 2/3 for our z-score, or katulad na sinabi ko kanina, decimal, and round off to the nearest 2 decimal places or to the hundredths place. So that is 0.67. Ayan. So ito yung z-score. Next naman po is math. Ayan. So z is equal to the score being tested, which is x, minus our mu over sigma. Ayan. So 90 minus 92, that is negative 2 over 4, that is 1/2, right? Or, ay negative 1/2 pala, sorry. Negative 1/2 or negative 0.5 or 0.50 or 0.5. Ayan. So based on our answers, saan mas mataas? Si Gen Math? What math lang to? Si Gen Math or si English for ACAD? Or sa AYAP? So etong si AYAP kasi 67 yung kanyang z-score as compared to negative 5 of Gen Math. Okay? Ibig sabihin po niyan, class, mas nag-perform kayo sa English for ACAD than kay Gen Math based on the comparison of your grades to the other grades or to your classmates' grades. Ayan. So, nakuha niyo pa yung difference?
Yes, sir.
Oh, alam niyo na ha.
Yes po.
Oo. Kaya pag nagkaanak kayo, class, huwag niyo gagalitin yung anak niyo ba't mas mataas siya sa English kaysa sa math kasi mas magaling siya sa math ha. Or vice versa ha. Walang ganon. At least yun kasi minsan din yung nakakalimutan ng mga parents kasi nga wala naman to sa curriculum nila talaga, 'di ba? So kung nasa curriculum man nila 'yan, hindi naman siya major. Ganon. Kahit sa amin dati hindi naman namin siya, ay major ko pala siya kasi math. Pero hindi ko naman siya naisip na ganon pala yan siya. Ayun. Until we have statistics. Okay. So yan po siya. Ngayon class, ito, sige, example C na tayo. Ito yung medyo madugo-dugo talaga. Kasi, ang gagawin natin is meron na tayong areas under the normal curve. Naalala niyo yung nag-shade ako? Naalala niyo yung naghanap tayo ng area dun sa chart? O gagawin natin yan ngayon. And ang gagawin natin, kasi last time, binigay na yung z-score, di ba? Ngayon, i-compute muna natin si z-score bago natin hahanapin yung area and so on. Kaya this is one of the stressful problem solving. Pero may stress pa to sa future. Pero masaya naman siya, fulfilling naman siya at saka satisfying pag nakuha yung answer. Yun. Lalo na pag tama. Okay, so ito po. In an English test, the mean is 60 and the standard deviation is 6. Assuming that the scores are normally distributed, what percent of the scores is A, greater than 65, B, less than 70, and C, between 50 and 65? Okay, so ang gagawin ko muna, class, is hanapin ko muna yung z-scores ng mga numbers na to. Okay? Ang nangyari ka lang kasi dito, class, 'di ba ang ginagawa natin dati, find the area to the left of 65 or to the left of the z-score. Dito, ginawa natin siyang raw score tapos direction na. Greater than, less than, or in between. Okay? So yun po. Gawin ko muna yung letter A. O sige, para may kayo. May reference. Okay. So, ano yung given natin? Ang given natin is, ang mean ay 60. And then the standard deviation is 6. Ayan. Yung sigma ko parang 6 na rin. So, A natin, yan po ay greater than Greater than 65. Okay. The first thing, para malaman natin kung ilang percent yung mas mataas sa kanya, is hanapin muna natin yung z-score. Okay, so what's the z-score? Using the formula, ayan, walang sinabi kong population ulit. Ayan, so we have x minus mu over sigma, substitute, 65 minus 60 over 6. So we have 65 minus 60, that is 5. 5 over 6 is 5/6, or kailangan natin class decimal. Or ilan?
0.8.
0.83 po.
Okay, so round off to the 2 decimal places, 0.83. Next step, yun yung first step, hahanapin si z-score. Second step, okay, i-graph kung saan si 0.83. Okay, so i-graph natin saan banda si 0.83. Oh my God, ayan. Ay, ba't highlighter? Sige, highlighter na lang, no? Okay, so 0.83 based dito sa curve natin. Swerte nyo kasi may chart na tayo tsaka presentation kahapon. Hindi ako naka-prepare, nakalimutan ko, kala ko na-save ko. Ay, wait lang. Parang mali. Ayan, mali class. Ayan. So yan siya. Diyan yung 0.83. Ngayon class, question. Asaan yung greater than, ito kasi yung 0.83, yung z-score ng ilan? Ng 65. Tandaan nyo ha, yung nakuha nating z-score, yung 0.83, yan yung z-score ng 65. So, kailangan ko na ng red ball pen. Ayan. So, kung dito yung 0.83, ang katumbas niya sa raw score ay 65. Ngayon, class, ang sabi is greater than 65, di ba? So, dito yon. Ngayon, kung greater than 65, saan makikita yung greater than 65? Sa left ng 0.83 or sa right ng 0.83?
Sa right po.
Right side
Right,
po.
sir.
A. Yung greater than ng 65 is nasa right ng 0.83. So, ito yon. Okay? Ngayon, class, para mahanap natin yung percentage na mas mataas sa 65 or sa yung percent ng kung ilan yung greater than 65, we need to find the area of the shaded part. Okay? So, hahanapin natin yung area ng right ng 0.83. Kasi yun po yung nag-denote or nagsisignify na yun yung greater than 65. Okay. So the next step, kung meron na kayong illustration, is to find the area under the normal curve na katumbas ng 83. So ngayon class, gagamitin na natin yung, nawala. Gagamitin na natin yung table. Di ba may table ako na binigay? O saan na yun? O hanapin kung ilan yung value ng ano doon, ng 0.83. Sige nga.
0.27.
Okay, 0.2967
po.
Okay, 0. Ayan, tama. Chinek ko rin kasi. So, ang area, area ng z-score natin, A sub z, yan lang notation natin ha. So, area ng z-score natin is ilan? 0.2967. Ayan siya. Ngayon, class, question. Asaan dyan sa graph natin yung 0.2967?
Mula po doon sa 0 which is the middle hanggang doon po sa may 0.83.
Very good. So, i-highlight ko kung saan yung 0.2967. Remember, based on the discussion that we have done few weeks ago, nakalimutan ko na kung kailan, basta May na yon, alam ko, yung z-score or yung area under the normal curve natin based sa table is yung area from the center, from 0 to the z-score. Ano ba yan? Nautal ako. To the z-score. So, from 0 to the z-score. So, kung ano yung napagitnaan ng z-score at saka ng 0, yun yung area na binigay sa table. So, yung yellow part class, yung area, which is yung 0.2967. Ngayon, class, hindi naman yan yung kailangan natin. So, paano natin makuha yung kailangan natin?
Minus po sa
Subtract
0.5.
po sa 0.5.
Okay. So, para makuha natin yung red na part, kailangan nating tanggalin yung yellow part doon sa kalahati. O, katulad ng sinabi ng mga nag-recite class, bakit natin isasubmit? Bakit submit? May nag-chat kasi. Bakit natin class isusubtract yung yung ating area sa 0.5? Bakit natin pala...
Kasi po,
sige. Bakit?
sir, yun po yung area ng isang kalahati po. So, kapag kukunin mo po yung area ng hinahanap mo, ilalas mo po yung nakuha mo mula sa may 0 hanggang po doon sa z-score para makuha mo po yung remaining ng 0.5.
Okay, very good. Bakit sa 0.5? Kasi yun yung kalahati. Balik naman tayo sa property. 'Di ba? The normal curve is symmetric. If it's symmetric, it means that we can divide our curve into two equal parts. And that the total area of the total area under the normal curve is equal to 1. So if we divide that into two regions, we have 0.5. So 0.5 minus yung area ng ating 0.83, which is from 0 to 0.83. Ang area nun is 0.2967. So ilan po yung difference? 0.5 minus 2967. Ilan?
0.2033 po.
Okay, so we have 0.2033. Is this the final answer?
No, sir.
No. Bakit? Ano ba yung hinahanap? Balik tayo sa problem. Ano yung hinahanap? Percent. Okay, paano kunin yung percent ngayon based sa ating answer?
I-times po sa
Multiply
100.
100.
Okay, pag kinonvert natin class yung answer natin, so ita times natin sa 100, di ba? So we have 20.33. So do not forget to put the percent symbol or the percentage symbol. Kasi class, pag wala yung percentage symbol class, ibig sabihin z-score yon. Okay? Mamalian ko talaga. Z-score to kasi walang percent. Remember, pag nag-convert tayo class, ayan, percent. Okay? Ngayon class, kapag inaalam natin kung ilan yung mas mataas, mas maganda na naka-percent siya para madali nating ma-interpret. So kung i-interpret natin to just in case, kunwari, ibig sabihin, scores ba to? Ayan. In an English test, those students who got greater than 65 is 20.33%. So, ilang students ilang students ba yung yung nagka-grade ng or nagka-score ng greater than 65? So, ito na nga yun, 20.33% ng mga students na nag-take ng exam. So, ganun siya. Ang saya, 'di ba? Para malalaman kung ilan yung nataasan mo. Parang competitive lang. Ganun siya. Pero application sa stat. Kasi kung aware man kayo, ganito yung ginagamit na klaseng system ng mga entrance exam at saka ng mga placement exam. Kunwari, kukunin lang nila top 20%. So, ilan yung Z-score nun? O ilan yung scores nun, yung raw score nun? Tatanggalin na nila agad. Mga ganun. So, yun. Kaya, yun. Useful talaga si stat. Okay? So, nakuha po yung concept class kung paano siya gagamitin, kung paano siya i-apply.
Yes po.
Okay. Sige. A pa lang tayo ha. How about B? Yan na. Less than 70. So, ayun, what percent of the scores is less than 70? Using the procedures that we have done earlier. So, ito, yan. Kung natandaan nyo pa. Sige, I'll give you some time. Let's say I'll give you 5 minutes para mahaba-haba. Para mag-recall din kayo. Sige. I'll give you 5 minutes to answer example C, B. Ayan. So, itong B. Sagutan natin yung B. And then, when you're done, message your answer in your chat box. And then, we will discuss later. Okay? So, your time starts now. Okay, so may mga nagbibigay na ng scores. Ay, ng scores. ng percentage. Ayan. Alam mo na yung sagot ng singaling. Ayan. So, ayan po. By the way, sige, parang iba-iba yung scores ninyo. Ay, yung answers ninyo. Anyway, sige, discuss natin yan later. You still have 2 minutes left. Sige, game. Ay, ano ba ito okay, game na. Sige. Wait lang ha. Mangsaway muna ako ng mga... Ayan, game na. Ito. okay. Sige. Ano yung mga given ulit? Okay, 66 saka less than 70. Okay, so, ayan. Ayan. Dito tayo. B tayo. Okay. So, sulat ko muna yung given ulit. So, we have our mu is 60. Our standard deviation is 5. 5 ba? Ay, wait lang. Ayan. Ay, 6 pa. Ano ba? Fact 5. 6. Okay. Mean is 60. Standard deviation is 6. Ayan. Our example or our question in B is what if or what percent of the scores is less than 70? So less than 70. Ngayon class, I forgot to explain that it is important to draw or to illustrate the normal curve para malaman nyo kung saan talaga yung kukunin na parts. Okay? So first step is to find the z-score. Okay, so z-score. Ayan. Our z-score is x minus the mu over sigma. Tapos, paki-solve. Ayan. 70. 70 minus 60 over 6. Okay, so diretsuhin nyo na. 10 over 6. 10, di ba? 70 minus 60, 10 minus, divided by 6, that would be 5 over 3 or 1 point, paka-round off, 67. Okay, so that is our z-score. How about the area? O, ilan yung area under the, sa curve? So A sub z, yung area ng z natin, which is 1.67, ilan?
0.4525 po.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 0.45.
45.
Okay, so tama. 45, 25. Point or 0.45, 25. Okay. So, ito na yun siya. Dapat nga hinanap mo, illustrate mo natin. Sige, pero okay lang yan siya. Okay, ngayon class, o sige, i-drawing na natin siya sa z-score. Ay, sa z-score. I-drawing natin yung z-score sa normal curve. So, saan banda yung 1.67? So, let's assume na dito banda. Ngayon class, ito yung z-score na 1.67. Okay? So, ano yung raw score ng 1.67? Diba 70? Ngayon class, saang part ng graph natin yung less than 70? Sa left ng 1.67 or sa right ng 1.67?
Sa lahat po.
Okay, sa left ng 167. Sa left ng 167 natin class, yung area, okay, yung area ng ating less than 70. So, ibig sabihin kong left, itong buong left, ayan, yung buong yan, kasama yung kabilang area, ay kabilang region, yan ay left. Yan yung buong left. Okay, ayan. So, yan. Ngayon, class, sige, okay na. Ayan na siya. Hanapin natin yung area ng buong yan. So, paano gagawin? So, as you can see, class, ang 0.4525 is from here, di ba? From that area, ay hindi na nakita. So, from this area up to this area, from 0 to the z-score is 0.4525. Tama? Ayan. Ngayon, class, anong area yung ito? Yung kabila.
0.5 po.
0.5 po.
0.5. Kasi nga, di ba, ito yung kalahati ng ating normal curve. So, anong gagawin natin para mahanap natin yung buong area na yan na shaded?
I-add po.
I-add po.
Okay, i-add yung dalawang area. So, ayan. So, ay, patay iba yung pen color ko. So, 0.5 plus 0.4525. So, bakit natin i-add? Kasi nga, 'di ba, yung hinahanap ay yung less than 70. O saan ba yung less than ng 70? Nasa left. So, ikukunin niyo yung buong left na yon. Okay? So, 0.5 plus 0.4525. Ayan, yung 0.4525, yan yung from 0 to the z-score. And then yung 0.5 is yung the rest ng kalahati ng graph kasi part pa yun siya ng ating left, ng ating ng ating z-score. So pag pinag-add natin yan, yun na po yung answer. So we have 0.9525. Tama? Ayan. Ngayon, class, hindi pa yan percent. So i-convert natin. So that would be 95.25%. O check ko kung sino yung mga nakakuha. Ayan. So marami-rami. Okay. So yun, class. So yun na ha. Yun yung tandaan nyo, class. Magkaiba si less than, magkaiba si greater than. Usually yun lang naman yung hinahanap eh. Okay. So, sir, kunwari. Ay, sorry. May runny nose na sa ako. Ayan. Sir, paano sir hanapin yung exact 70? Usually, class, kasama na siya doon sa part, hindi natin masabi, class, kung ano yung position ng 70. Pero nandun siya in between ng less than and ng greater than. So, more probably, kung ano yung percentage ng less than, yun yung kung pang ilang percent siya. So, nasa 95, nasa pang 95% siya sa position niya. Yun yung usually yung parang position niya. Okay? So, yun po. Kasi yung gitna, syempre, 50%. Eh, pa-right, palaki ng palaki pag pa-right. Ganon. Okay? So, yun po yun siya. So, importante talaga, class, yung illustration. Tignan nyo ha. O, ayan. Iba yung ginawa natin dito. Diba? Iba rin yung ginawa natin dito. So, yun siya. Doon na tayo sa C. O, ayan. Between 50 and 65. So, kunwari, yung mga between 50 and 65, kukunin namin yan sila for for free tutorial. O, kunwari, ganun lang. Yung mga nakakuha ng between 50 to 65, ano siya, free tutorial, kunwari. So, ilang percent kaya yun ng mga students? Titignan natin kung kunwari, ganun. Okay? So, ang given natin is, ilan na nga? 60 for our mean. Our standard deviation is 6. For C, ang kukunin natin is between 6, ayun yan, 55, tama?
50 and 65 po.
50 and 65. Ayan. Ayan, ang ano talaga ng ano ko class, short-term memory. Di na effective. Ayan. So, ayan po. Nakuha na natin yung z-score ng 65, tama? Na-solve natin kanina. Kunwari lang sinolve natin. Kunwari pa, sir. Okay. So, kunwari nakuha na natin si 65, ha? So, ilan na nga yung z-score nung babalikan ko na lang? Ayan. So, 0.83 si 65. Tapos, 2967. Ayan. Ang z-score niya is 0.83. Yung area niya ay, ilan? 0.2967.
67.
Okay. Hanapin natin yung z-score ng 50. Sige. Z-score is equal to, sige, formula muna. Ayan. So we have 50 minus 60 over 6. Ayan. So we have 1.67. Tama? Negative 1.67 for our z-score. Eh, di ba nahanap natin yung 1.67 kanina? Yung area niya. So ito na rin yun. Di ba? Di ba i-disregard yung sign? Parang familiar pala. Familiar. Ayan. So 0.4525 din yan siya. O paki-check na lang. 'Di ba? So yun yung 1.67. O ayan na siya. Kunwari class, pinahanap sa inyo. Okay? So saan yung illocate muna natin yung mga posisyon. Okay? So ang z natin is dito. Yung 65 yung nandito. Okay? Ayan siya class. Actually pwede natin siya i-label. Pag ang binigay yung mean class agad, gitna na yon. Yun yung 60. Okay? So, 65 dito. Tapos 50, negative 1.67. So, dito banda. Ayan. Dito yung 50. Okay. Negative 1.67. So, kukunin natin class yung area nung gitna. Okay. Nung pinagitnaan nila. Kasi between, di ba? Between. So, kukunin natin yung area nung nasa gitna ng dalawang z-score. Ginawa na natin to last time. Di ba? Naalala nyo? O, ito na yung application niya. The thing is, kailangan lang nating hanapin yung z-score. May another trabaho. Saka problem solving. Ayan siya. Okay. So, yan na yung ano nila, yung area in between them. So, paano natin kukunin yung area in between them?
Add po
Add
yung
po.
dalawang area.
Okay. So, since ito na class, itong part na to, yan yung part na yan na yung 0.4525. And itong part naman to, yung ating 0.83, 0.29, ano ba? 0.2967. Ang gagawin lang natin is pagsamahin yung area nila. So, i-add natin. So, ilan yung sum?
0.7.
0.79.
Okay. So, we have 0.7492. Tama? Ayan. So, convert natin to percent kasi percent ang hinahanap. We have 74.92%. Mukhang 2 yung percent ko. Ayan, percent. Ayan. So, may question po pala.
Wala po.
Okay. So, may
Wala.
wala? Sino may question? Ay, wala. O, yung may question magtanong na agad. Wala. Di ba medyo madali lang? The thing is, ang magiging issue nyo ngayon class is to interpret the problem. Ayan. So, interpret nyo lang class yung mga problem. Tapos, kung medyo may confusion pa rin, review lang class. Lalo na feeling ko kasi madali na lang yung topic na to. Kasi, pinagsama-sama lang natin yung mga diniscuss natin last time. The thing is, you need to review kung paano tayo nagko-compute ng ng area between hanapin yung area between the z-scores and the areas under the normal curve. Okay po. So, baka may question pa, class. Okay, so medyo wala. Ngayon, class, sige, kung wala, sige. Tour muna tayo. Tour talaga. Okay, punta muna tayo dun sa natin, sa answer or sa activity sheet natin for week 5. Okay. Ayan. So, buksan ko lang. Saan na ba yung napunta? Where date? Ito ba yun? So, ito siya. By the way, sa mga nakapag-submit na class, pwede nyo namang i-unsubmit yung output ninyo kung sa tingin nyo mali answers ninyo. Dahil nga nagka-discussion tayo. And then submit nyo lang ulit. Wala pa naman deadline. Laban pa yan. Di pa yan final. Okay. So ito. So sa learning activity sheet number 5 natin, kung nakita nyo na, meron tayong 2 parts. Number 1, ayan, hanapin nyo yung z-score. Z-score lang. So hindi na kailangan ng drawing dyan. Okay? So yun po. Hanapin lang si z-score, use the proper formula, and so yun na yun siya. For number 2, ayan, meron tayong problem. So yan nga ang sinabi, use Polya's 4-step rule on problem solving. So pwedeng, dahil isang problem na to class, pwedeng isang polya na lang yung gamitin nyo. Huwag nyo na paghiwalayin. Okay? Kahit isahang na lang siya. Isahang Polya's 4-step rule on problem solving. Basta makita ko dun yung answers sa bawat question. Okay? So, ayan. In a standardized test of all grade 10 students, Mary got a score of 79 in mathematics. If the mean score, ayan, and the standard deviation of the test is 74 and 3.7 respectively, di ko nalagay pero assuming that the scores are normally distributed, what is the standard score of Mary's math test? So, hanapin muna si z-score. Yun yung A. So, B naman, how many students in percent Mary has surpassed with her math score? O, ayan na, paki-interpret. Mary has surpassed with her math score. Magkaiba kasi, how many students surpassed Mary's score sa how many students Mary has surpassed? O, papasok na dyan si ACAD, English for ACAD. Okay? O, bahala kayo dyan. Interpret nyo na maayos. Pag mali interpretation nyo, mali. Okay? So, yun. So, may question pa po sa ating learning activity sheet number 5. 5 na ba to? Oo.
Sir,
Yes
okay
po.
lang po ba sir kapag yung dalawa po yung ginawang sir, yung Polya's step rule po. Okay lang po ba yun sir?
Pwede naman, kaso parang redundant lang din kasi nakasunod na siya, 'di ba? I mean, based on sa procedure na ginawa natin, saka para yun na siya agad. Wala namang dagdag points pag pag dalawa yung ginawa. Basta pag may rubrics kasi na ako na sinusunod, pag tama sa gaytong part, gaytong points, ganun.
Okay po sir, thank you po.
Oo. Tapos, yun pala, sige, na-announce ko kasi kahapon sa Rutherford saka sa Aristotle na lalagyan ko na rin ng points yung drawing. So, lagyan nyo na lang din ng drawing kasi para makita nyo rin kung, alam nyo yun, kung saan yung hinahanap ninyo. Okay? So, yun po. So, lagyan nyo na lang drawing kasi nga may points. Okay. Not necessary maganda. Kailangan may illustration lang. Okay? Bahala kayo kung anong gagawin niyo dun. Basta laban ako kapag nakita ko kung anong hinahanap na area na part, ganun, yung may shade, yun na yun. Oo, not necessary naman na basta highlightan nyo ng rainbow, ganun. Okay? Basta nakuha nyo yung concept kung bakit natin siya ginagamit yung illustration kasi para mas madali natin makita yung ating hinahanap. Okay? What else? Sige, siguro ito, hindi na siya related sa topic. So,